The Jets are looking to rebuild. Just fired general manager Joe Douglas. Like a month after they fired Coach Robert. Oh man, everybody getting fired but Rodgers, right? Everybody's getting fired but Aaron Rodgers. Well, maybe that's not what you think, because there's reports saying that the owner Woody Johnson's been wanting to bench Rodgers since September. I'll get into that in a minute. But the them firing Joe Douglas now, and I feel he has a good relationship with Rodgers, and he's one of the reasons why that he didn't get benched. That ain't gonna sit well with Rodgers anyway. Where I feel like this is his last run with the Jets. I feel like the Jets made his choice for him when it comes to this decision. I don't think you're gonna see Aaron. I'd be surprised if you see Aaron Rodgers in the Jet uniform next season, because the Jets are definitely looking to rebuild finally, getting rid of some of these unnecessary people that made bad decisions. And I think now the Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, is just finally seeing that they gotta start with the staff first, and then go to the teams. They gotta go to the players. So the Jets is definitely looking to rebuild, and I don't think they're looking to rebuild around Rodgers. And there's no way you want to rebuild with somebody that's going to be 41 years old that's just not playing well. He's just not playing well, y'all. You know, he's not the same Rodgers that played for the Packers years ago. He's not the same Rodgers. He's a lot older. He's not mobile enough. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, he can still throw the ball, but that's all he can do. You know what I mean? He still has a bad attitude. He still think he the shit. He still think he know everything. He cost a lot of people jobs. And his ass was going to get benched a long time ago. Because Woody was looking to bench him like back in September. But because of Rodgers' status, and they didn't want to embarrass him, like benching a soon-to-be Hall of Famer, you know, and paying him all that money, they didn't think it was right to bench him. So and I feel like a lot of that has to do with the general manager that just got fired that was backing Rodgers. Now he's gone. There's nobody left to back Rodgers now. So I think his ass is going next. I don't feel like Rodgers definitely not playing with the Jets next season. That be I'll be real surprised. They're looking to bench Rodgers now. You know what I mean? They play 3-8 Jets. They're not going to the playoffs. They need to rebuild. You know what I mean? This should be last of his contract anyway. And that should be it. Cut ties with Rodgers. Let Rodgers retire. I mean, like, Rodgers just not meant to be a starter anymore. Sometimes you just got to understand where Father Time kicks in. You're not the same Rodgers that played like 6 years ago. I'm sorry, man. You still a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? You just ain't running. You ain't winning no more Super Bowls, Rodgers. That's just all that means. Because the Jets was looking to bench him. New York Jets general manager. They just fired him after they fired Robert. His ass is gone. So they just had a big meeting. They had a big ass meeting with all the managers, spokespeople, offensive line, defense. You know what I mean? Like all the coaches had a secret meeting with the Jets. They was really thinking about bitching Rodgers in September. And the only one that was like stood up for him was former coach Robert and Joe, I believe. Because Woody wanted to bitch his ass a long time ago. It just didn't happen. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is gone, man. Aaron Rodgers is gone. That's his Aaron Rodgers stats right there. Last game against the Colts, 184 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Still lost the game. It's not even that he has bad yards, just not enough touchdowns and percentage-wise and rating and too many sacks. It just ain't no future when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, y'all. It ain't no future when it comes to Aaron Rodgers at all. He caused a lot of people to get fired because, you know, he the MVP, former Super Bowl MVP that knows it all. He come there with his chest out that he Aaron Rodgers and everything, and you know sometimes that just don't play the part now, man. Like you're a lot older now. You be 41 years old, even though that's not old, but that's old in football years. Being 40, 41 years old is old in football years. You can't do the same thing like you see LeBron James doing. Basketball is a lot different than football. Football is a lot more physical. You know what I mean? Even though like at quarterback, you might could play a little longer, but taking sacks and taking 23, 24, 25 sacks in the season, that ain't gonna help you out, Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, Woody been looking to bench Aaron Rodgers since September, but just a lot of team effort that kept Rodgers in. Rodgers ass was gonna get benched a long time ago. He lucky that he didn't, because he probably just would have left the Jets, not went to no practice, and that's how Aaron Rodgers is. He think he's so good where he don't gotta go to practice. You walk out with your chest out too much. He's not really humble enough. He just don't really fit in well with the Jets. He's not really a team leader. He's somebody that comes to practice and feel like he can practice by himself, and he just go over the playbook and he got everything down pat. You know what I mean? So you could tell when you don't go to practice, you don't have chemistry with your receivers, your running back, your linemen. This is the kind of season you have. I feel like Rodgers, he asked for this shit himself. You know what I mean? Like, you come there with your chest out. You Aaron Rodgers, former Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion, all this extra shit from years ago. You're not that same Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay, man. I'm sorry. That's why Green Bay let you go. You're not the same Rodgers no more. I hate to say it, man. We all got to go through Father Time. And I think this is your time is up with the Jets, man. Maybe find another team, maybe become a backup. Aaron Rodgers, he too cocky where he never want to back up nobody. He think he that good where he never wants to back up another quarterback. At least teach a young quarterback. You don't got to be all the cocky veteran. You could be a quarterback that can teach the next generation. He not even looking to do that. Maybe become a coach or something. Do something else. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady did it. You know what I mean? Become like a fucking reporter or some shit like that. An announcer. Do something else. You're done. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers. This is it for you. And I feel like the Jets need to rebuild, because getting all these old ass quarterbacks and these quarterbacks where you can't build nothing around them, that shit is up now. Get a young quarterback, or get a quarterback that's already in the NFL, that's maybe a second string quarterback that's decent, that you could build around. You know what I'm saying? Get like a quarterback that's already a pro, that's maybe a second string quarterback that got potential and you could build around. You ain't built nothing around Aaron Rodgers, and most likely since general manager just got fired, there's nobody else to back Rodgers now. And Woody definitely not going to back his ass, only the Jets. Like I said, he wanted to bench Rodgers all the way back in September. You think he trying to build something around Rodgers now? No. He not trying to build nothing around Rodgers. I feel like this is Rodgers' last run with the Jets. This might be his last run in the NFL. He need to retire, but with him, he don't want to go out this bad, so he's gonna try to find another team to go to. But be honest, what team else will want to take Rodgers at 41 years old, going on 42 at that next season? Who's gonna want to take him? Almost a 42-year-old quarterback about that going into that next season. Who's going to take a quarterback like that? I could say if he was still playing good. If he was still playing good, we wouldn't be having this kind of conversation right now about him, getting people fired, having 3-8 record and all this shit, can't get into the playoffs. It's terrible. Like I said, it's a reason why the Packers let him go. You dig what I'm saying? They would have kept him if they thought that he would have had a few more years left. They seen that he was falling apart. They let him go. The Jets picked him up. The Jets is always picking up somebody's leftovers. The Jets got a tendency of doing that. They did that with Brad Favre. They will always want to pick up these old veteran quarterbacks that they think to go win the Super Bowl with. Jets, you're not winning the Super Bowl with these old-ass fucking quarterbacks. Get you a young quarterback you could build a few years around. Get a quarterback where you could build around for a few years. Get that quarterback some time to build and grow. Stop making these stupid-ass decisions. And that starts with the Jets coaches. That starts with the motherfucking owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson. Like, get your shit together, bro. Real talk. Or you always going to have a losing team. And then when you have a losing team, you're going to have a lot of fans that ain't going to want to come to games. That's not going to want to buy jerseys. And you're going to be losing money anyway. So get your shit right, or people are not going to be supporting the Jets no more, because you already lost a lot of fans. Not everybody's going to stay a die-hard fan if you just making dumb decisions. Because I was a Jet fan. And it's a strong word now, was. Because I don't like the way the Jets has been run for years. So I can't rock with a team that's just making poor decisions. You dig what I'm saying? I love the hometown team. I've been rocking with him for years, but y'all make dumb decisions that I just can't support no more till y'all get your act together and see how that goes in the next season. But I do not want to see Rodgers in the Jet jersey next year. I just don't. Like, it's no point. There's no point to see him next year. You can't build nothing around a 41-year-old quarterback that can't run, that's taking too many sacks. Then you definitely got to work in your offensive line. You got to get better offensive line players. I'm sorry. You got to start from scratch, y'all. And it might take the Jets a few years to get that right, but y'all got all the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments what you think about Rodgers being let go. You know, I think his time is up. What you think about the general manager getting fired? I think it's time for the Jets to rebuild. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. We know I'm live and when I'm uploading videos. I appreciate everybody watching this. We out.